It's the turn of the century. Mario Kasher and his partner Angie G. Vashner are looking for another studio to partner with on their new project, the Terminator sequel. And they have some troubles looking for one, but they eventually find one and a couple of different studio productions, one being Intermedia and the other being the distribution right holder, Warner Brothers. But they need one more piece to the puzzle, and that final piece of the puzzle was bringing Arnold back. But we all know they'll get him back. But this is where things start to go, let's say, downhill for this franchise. Part 2, The Fall, begins now. The Terminator sequel was a long road to finish. Mario Kasser wanted to finish the film around 2001, with the fourth film right behind it in 2002, but that would never happen. Anyways, Kasser worked with writer Teddy Safari on the script. In the script, the main villain will be a female Terminator this time. But if you know Terminator that can shapeshift and be invisible, but the invisible part was left out on the production floor. The TX will end up being played by Kristanna Loken. The idea for this female Terminator came from an older Terminator novel and was also used in a comic book featuring Superman and the Terminator called Death to the Future. Other actors joining on board was Nick Stahl as John Connor, Claire Danes as Catherine Buster. And once again, Cameron was asked to come back, but to help with the script. But he said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I don't wanna work from any else's script. And I wouldn't blame him. According to the Arnold, Cameron declined because he didn't want to commit to a time frame. So he had other projects on the total. Jonathan Mostow will be joined as the director for the film, and Warner Brothers will hold the rights for the movie, distribution rights. On July 2nd, 2003, Warner Bros. Intermedia and CT Pictures released Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. The budget for this film? $187.3 million, and it was one of the most expensive films at the time, eclipsing Terminator 2. Half of the budget went to Mostow, and $30 million went to Arnold, and $30 million was the Arnold's asking price. As I go on, the Arnold, he didn't want to return to Cameron wasn't directing, but Cameron advised him that the character was pretty much his own, and advised Arnold to do a number under $30 million, and he did straight at $30 million. Plus, it was his last movie before he would become the governor of California. The movie grossed up to $433.4 million worldwide, but the movie wasn't a hit to fans like me. Yes, the movie received favorable reviews, but was laced with comedic, campy, or simplistic dialogue, and it sounded like an MCU movie. I can agree, and it didn't live up to Terminator 2's hype, and it kind of felt like an untold story of Terminator 2 and also Terminator 2 3D Battle Across Time. For Cameron, after the movie's release, he also thought it would be better that Terminator was better left off with 2 films. And we got 3 now at this time. And at this time, the franchise decided to take a step back and take a seat somewhere in a nice comfy chair, which it should have did in the 90s. Here's why. Castor wanted to make another sequel, but that would never get off because of the infighting. For one, Castor and Vajra had creative differences. Arnold was now the governor of California, and then the film rights were passed to the Halcyon Company, hopes of a trilogy. The reason why those rights were passed because CT Pictures, like its predecessor, stumbled. And so all those ideas were put on hold for Castor. And now Sony was involved with the rights, paying $100 million for the international rights. In 2008, Castor would join on, as his franchise was taking a new front, and the new front would be television. Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, was released on Fox in January of that year. The show was about Sarah and John in the aftermath of the Terminator 2, with no such references to Terminator 3. Thank God. The series runs into a snag. It's like this franchise can't catch a break now. And the reason why it ran into this snap because one, the writer's strike played a heavy toll on there. And unfortunately, Fox, they decided we're just gonna pull the plug. The series lasts for 2 seasons. But there's hope. There's hope. In 2009, Warner Brothers and Halcyon released Terminator Salvation with Meg G directing, Christian Bale as John Connor, and Sam Worthington named Marcus Wright, an undercover Terminator. Well, kind of all undercover. But all that Marcus Wright does is yells and screams for the entire movie, similar to what his co-star did behind the scenes.
In the middle of a scene? Then why the fuck are you walking right through? Da-da-da-da like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
Anyways, enough of that. The movie covers the future war between humans and Skynet, of course. And for one, in my own humble opinion, I think it's one of the best post-Terminator 2 films to be released. It will end up grossing $371.4 million. Slightly lower than Terminator 3. And but many friends, let's just say, they thought the hype was dying for Terminator. And I would have to agree. There was other things for people around that time to watch. Many other things, if you think back to 2009. Following the release of the movie, Six Flags opens Terminator Salvation, the ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This ride should be called Terminator the Concussion because when I first rode it, I got a headache. And I didn't remember what I did before I got on the ride. I don't even know how I got there. I don't even know who I was. I don't even know what my name was. Anyways, to go along with Terminator Salvation ride, there was a laser tag attraction called Terminator X that popped up at various theme parks across the globe. And Terminator also had a little web series that came out soon after the movie's release. The show covered the events in between Terminator 3 and Terminator Salvation. And once again, after Salvation was all done out the door, there were talks about another sequel. But the Halcyon company will fall into bankruptcy, so the rights were in limbo again. And after this, there was many rumors of what was going to happen with the franchise. For one, Universal was involved, and Universal actually wanted to buy the rights. And they also wanted to buy the rights along with forcing Arnold to come back. Well, not so much forcing. Keep in mind, around this time, his reign of terror, people call it, in California was over. But, as we all know, nothing happened with that. But, Universal would do something. It would do something with the Terminator franchise. And it closed Terminator 2 3D Battle Across Time at Universal Studios Hollywood and replaced it with a new up-and-coming franchise that everybody likes, for most people. And this franchise that I'm talking about, it includes tiny Tic Tacs, yellow Tic Tacs running around and eating bananas for rambling and all kinds of stuff. Everybody likes it. It's a big thing. And Terminator also take another hit to the face. Terminator the Concussion, Terminator Salvation ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain will be renamed to Apocalypse due to Six Flags' bumbling bankruptcy, and they couldn't afford IPs like the Terminator anymore. And to this day, they still hold DC Comics and Looney Tunes, also part of Warner Bros. Also, Terminator X, it closed down the laser tag attraction all across the globe. And so, Terminator was at its low. And this is when people should have realized, just let Terminator go. We have the MCU. We have DC coming. We have Jurassic Park coming soon. We have Star Trek. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming. Why do we need Terminator again? Of course, we need to make money, as Hollywood always says. So, right's going to a stumbling seesaw again, if you want to call it that. Megan Ellison would buy the rights to the company. And also, there was good news for James Cameron. He was back in the picture. But this time, he will gain the rights of Terminator starting in 2019. So, yes. But Megan's brother, David Ellison, owner of Skydance Media, decided to talk with Cameron and discuss a movie and Arnold's new role for the new sequel on the horizon. At first, the director was Fast and Furious director Justin Lin at the helm. but he backed out to do more street racing films. Now, I ain't about street racing films anymore. Cameron said he didn't want to direct it, of course. He would like to write it, but he also backed out. So, in the end, the director will be Thor's Dark World director, Alan Taylor. Sometimes I wish to go back in time and just say, you know what, no more Terminators, but here we go. Paramount Studios, along with Skydance Media, will be behind this movie, and the Arnold was back in the series once again. And the Terminator was back on July 1st, 2015. The new movie, Terminator Genesis. The movie's title is just stupid. You knew this was gonna be a bad movie when they tried. Moving on. That was released. And as you can tell from my stumbling words and disappointment in my voice, I, for one, do not like this movie at all. It was good that the Arnold was back. Yes, it was nice seeing the Arnold back. But he was too old. This ain't the one from Terminator 2? Anyways, Jai Courtney will be Kyle Reese. Good God. Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke will play Sarah Connor, and Jason Clarke as John Connor. Yes. Nothing in this movie worked for me. Much of the movie plot was ruined during the trailer. John Connor as a Terminator? Who? What? Like, why? Why? Anyways, the movie will gross up to $444 million worldwide. And it was the first movie that earned $404 million without grossing $100 million in North America. That should have told him that nobody in North America liked this movie. Many critics called the film muddled mythology, and I don't blame the critics for this one. They were right, because it was muddled mythology. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, all mixed together. Anyways. Much of the cast expressed that they probably don't want to do any more sequels. Most notably Emilia Clarke, she wanted to go back to her Game of Thrones. Probably better for her because she did not fit Sarah Connor. And she gets her wish, of course, and the thoughts of any sequel were crushed. Yes! Yes! No more Terminator films. No more! But I was wrong. And I never get my wish. I never get my wish. Moving on. After 21 years, Terminator 2 3D Battle Across Time, the original Terminator stuff show, had its doors closed, only to be replaced with something spectacular. I give you a hint, it's called Bourne. Jason Bourne. Now, only the Japanese version of Terminator 2 3D survives. In the same year, David Ellison comes waltzing back to James Cameron asking him an idea. This idea is another sequel to Terminator. This time it was different.
And it worked the first time.
Cameron was hesitant, but Cameron realizes that he will regain the rights back
Damn it,
in
Cameron.
2019. Cameron agrees, but he only agrees to write. And he also needs Arnold back. Plus he needs Linda Hamilton back. Plus he also needs Terminator 3, Salvation, Genesis, and the TV show Snap Out of Existence. And his plan is to write the best Terminator sequel ever. In 2018, the first images of this movie were released. Instead of being amazed and like, oh, that's cool, that reminds me of Terminator 2 and 1, we get this. And most of the fans have a great old time laughing at this. 2019 rolls around. First trailers are released, and myself, I take back what I had to say before about the picture. I'm kind of impressed, but I know in the back of my head, something's wrong. Something's gonna happen. Something bad is gonna happen with this film. But here it is. Tim Miller is now the director of this movie. Deadpool director. He decides to open his mouth and beat the fans on the head with something stupid. I don't know if this was an interview or... well, it was an interview, but I don't know if it was a video. It doesn't matter. He said something stupid that pisses off the fans months before the movie can be released. And next to Star Wars, Terminator was also a movie that many fans did not want to see. But here we go. On November 1st, 2019, Paramount Studios, Skydance Media, 20th Century Fox, Lightstorm Entertainment, Cameron's production company, released Terminator Dark Fate. And as we all know, this movie went into the box office bomb territory in the first weekend, only earning $28 million, which it should. In the end, the movie will rack up $261 million worldwide, barely covering its budget, which was at $196 million. Anyways, the movie was a hit with critics, but apparently the fans did not like this one at all. And I'm not going to spoil the movie, let's just say this ruined Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. Cameron and Miller pointed fingers at each other from the movie's failure. Linda Hamilton wished she had been fat as well. And I'm already saying, just blow the goddamn franchise up already! Time to get real. Like many franchises that had died a slow death, Terminator should have been left alone. Left alone in the 90s where it belonged. It started out good with two masterpieces, excellent theme-park attractions. It had books, storylines for famous characters like Superman, Predator, Alien, Robocop. It had one of the biggest movie stars of all time, Karl. I always wondered when I was younger when this franchise went wrong. And here it is. In the aftermath of Terminator Dark Fate, Cameron still has ideas for sequels. There are no in them. Gail and her plans to come back to the franchise, and she plans on buying the rights back, Skydance losing its share in the rights. And shortly after the movie was released and bombs, Skydance said, "Hell, we don't want no part of this anymore. This sucks." Linda Hamilton plans on never returning, probably the best way to go. Terminator had its fun in the 80s and 90s. It's the centerpiece of the 80s, and it's also the centerpiece of the 90s. I think the younger generation now, they didn't really grow up with it like I did. They're into other stuff. They don't care about that anymore. And the main fans, the ones who grew up with the series, they only see it as Terminator 1, 2, and if they had a chance to get on Battle Across Time when it was in America, that's part 3. That's it. That's the only ones that really matter. And I always said, Terminator, outside of 1, 2, and 4 Battle Across Time, it's expensive fan fiction. And I ain't gonna lie, I said this before. I like Terminator Salvation. I think it's the best of the 4 after the Terminator 2. But it's frustrating talking about this now. But what really killed this franchise is it was a number of factors. Too much cooks in the kitchen. Too many rights being traded around. Too many different ideals. And they never hit with the fans. Now what killed this franchise, the movie that killed this franchise, wasn't Terminator Dark Fate. Don't get me wrong, I hate that movie. It's stupid. But what really killed it was Genesis, or Genesis, or whatever they want to call it. That was the mortal wound to this franchise. And Dark Fate just snapped its neck at this slow, dying death. Now, I hope that Cameron gets the cue, gets the picture, but now that he has the rights, he probably won't. The Terminator franchise just needs to retire. Next to all the franchises that we don't see anymore, like Back to the Future and Jaws. Just go away, sit in the retirement home with them. But Cameron's not going to listen. Along with Avatar, a series nobody wants, Cameron plans on releasing Terminator sequels in 2021 and 22. I guess some just have to learn the hard way, and the hard way, Cameron will have to learn. One little job to do. Why not hit that subscribe button, or hit that like button, or even share it amongst your friends. And I will be back with more videos in the near future. Adios.